Hey, welcome to the Carly and Matt channel. Today we've got a brand new product in the studio, and it is this guy right here, the fifine M9 wireless microphone on a budget. So today we're gonna maybe answer the question, are budget wireless microphones really worth it, and to what extent? So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've had my fair share of wireless microphones. Right now you are hearing the Rode Wireless Pro that is on this side of my hat. I have the fifine M9 right here. I have had another budget wireless microphone by Ulanzi, and I've also had the DJI Mic's version 1. So when we're talking wireless budget microphones, fifine does fit the bill at $80 US for basically the whole kit. And when it comes to budget wireless microphones, I'm worried about two things. Number one, transmitter distance, and number two, obviously, how does it sound? So first, let's test the toted 50-meter transmission right here. So for this test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my watch. My running watch will tell me when I've walked about 50 meters in that general direction, and we'll see if we're still connected. I'm going to stay on my Wireless Pro, and then we'll switch over to the fifine M9 in 3, 2, 1. Now you're hearing the M9, and let's go for a little 50-meter straight line walk. And we'll expose this properly. Boom. All right, let's go. So let's set this to walk. And we're going to go for a 50-meter walk. So just a disclaimer, as I walk about 50 meters distance, fifine did send me this microphone, so I am thankful for them to have sent this to me, but they don't get a say in what I get to say about this microphone, and so therefore I am going to be able to review this honestly and give you my honest opinions on how this sounds and how it performs. And hard to believe we've only walked 22 meters? This doesn't make any sense. Hold on. All right, so it looks like 50 meters is a little bit longer than I expected, so we're gonna have to find a bigger field. So bear with me as we walk over to another field that's going to give us a little bit more leeway when it comes to distance, because 50 meters is actually a lot longer than I expected. So let's go to the larger field in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, now we have the opportunity to actually walk 50 meters in one direction. And just so you can kind of get a visual of what the fifine microphone looks like right here, it's actually super, super cute. Little smiley face. Looks like a little dude when you put the dead cat on it. So it's kind of fun. But here is going to be an hopefully most accurate signal test. We're going to go for 50 meters. Starting right now. So when it comes to budget wireless microphones, I'm only really expecting two things, right? We're talking a difference of about $500 between the Wireless Pro and the fifine M9. So honestly, if I'm going to spend any amount of money on a budget wireless microphone, I want to make sure of two things. One, that it transmits the length of space that it says it does. And number two, that it just sounds good. If it doesn't sound good, I'm not going to spend money on it. So especially if it's a budget option, someone who is looking to get the best bang out of your buck, you want to make sure that what you're spending your money on when you have a smaller amount of money to spend, that it's actually spent well. So right around here is when either the transmitter is still going to be crystal clear, or it is going to start being choppy, and I'm going to be switching to the Wireless Pro. And hopefully these dead cats are helpful, because I did not bring one on the Wireless Pro. So I'm going to walk this about this mark. I'm gonna walk in a little bit of a circle here to kind of gauge the distance. But honestly, I don't envision necessarily ever needing this amount of transmission distance when using a wireless microphone. Yes, it is helpful. Yes, it is something that you can add as a selling point. But honestly, I mean, even at a wedding, I don't think I've ever used any wireless microphone at this distance from the receiver. Now, features I want to point out on the fifine M9. The receiver is pretty simple. It's only got a few buttons, and we have essentially a noise cancellation button on the transmitter, and we have a gain knob, if you will, a gain button for the receiver. So you have three settings that you can set your transmitters to, loud, mid, and then kind of, I guess, quieter one. But yeah, so hopefully that transmission was clear and hopefully it worked out. Now let's move into a audio sound test. Let's do it. Okay, last and I think most importantly, we're doing a audio test. And I'm gonna take all of these off my hat because they probably look ridiculous. So when it comes to budget wireless microphones, like I was saying earlier, there are really only two things that are main selling points. For $80, you want to make sure that your transmission distance comes as advertised and the audio quality sounds good. So you let me know what I have here. I'm comparing the Rode Wireless Pro, which is going to be our expensive option. DJI Mic 2 is going to be, or Mic 1, sorry, is going to be kind of our mid-tier that you can probably get, I don't know, I'll pop the value of it right now. And then the fifine M9, which is going to be our budget microphone for today at around $80 US. So as far as the build goes for the M9, it's exactly as you'd expect right now for any wireless transmitters. I mean, wireless microphones are being made by basically every company imaginable. So the build is great. I'll pop up a little bit of some B-roll from unboxing the M9, but it comes in a really nice carrying case. I mean, it is kind of fun that it's got, you know, little smiley face on it. But yeah, so I'm comparing it to the Rode Wireless Pro. I've always been a huge fan of the sound quality that comes out of the recordings and the transmission from the Rode Wireless Pro. And I also am pretty partial to the DJI mics. These were the first microphones I ever bought when it comes to wireless microphones. So I don't know, you let me know. What does it sound like? How does it sound? Are there any concerns? The fifine M9 does have a noise cancellation option, which I am going to turn on now. So right now you are hearing the noise cancellation activated on the fifine M9, and I'm not sure how it sounds. This is all going to be after the fact in the studio, so we're doing some outside tests. And when we take it back into the studio, will be kind of some final thoughts on the audio quality, because honestly, I'm just hoping this is recording and coming through clearly, right? At this point, it's not an internal recorder like these two are, right? The fifine M9 is only a wireless transmitter. It's got, you know, the natural two wireless microphones, the receiver, and it comes with all of the necessary cables and options for plugging into phones or laptops or computers or your camera. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be all of our outdoor tests. Hopefully this noise cancellation feature is coming in handy, and I'm going to turn it off so that you get maybe a little bit of a clearer signal. That's what I've always found with noise cancellation built into these. It doesn't always reflect well in terms of what the audio quality sounds like on the way out. So I'm probably going to be partial to not using the noise cancellation. I'm just guessing right now. But let's head back to the studio and see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I have just taken all the footage from yesterday's tests outdoors, and I've noticed a few things about the fifine M9 that might not have done it justice. And so for the rest of this video, instead of the Rode Wireless Pro, I'm going to switch over to the fifine M9 to finish it right off in 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is that these indicator lights on the fifine microphones for the noise cancellation button are really hard to see, which ended up that I had noise cancellation on for the entire video, which is why it sounded kind of watery, as if I was underwater. And then when I cut to this clip, the fifine M9 does have a noise cancellation option, which I am going to turn on. I actually had it off, and for the first time in the video, the audio quality actually improved by a lot. So note for the fifine M9, noise cancellation is not really going to be something that you want to use if you're using it, especially outdoors. Right now I have it off, and I think the audio quality is actually quite nice for a budget microphone. Now the other two notes that I have that as far as a budget microphone, what I would have loved to see from the fifine M9 that might really put it as the king of budget wireless mics for me would be if there was a magnet. See, on the Rode Wireless Pro, they have a magnet. On pretty much every other wireless microphone I've ever seen, there is a magnet option. But unfortunately, the fifine M9 does not come with a magnet. So you're left having to clip it to the corner of a shirt, or if you're not wearing something that's clippable, holding the mic in hand. So that's something that I think the fifine M9 falls short in. And lastly, I think I would have loved to see a 3.5 millimeter jack. Yeah, and maybe those are unrealistic expectations. Maybe those are not budget wireless microphone options, because all the ones that I'm comparing it to in my mind and on Amazon are quite a bit more expensive. So starting at about $120 with the Lark M2 and that kind of stuff from Hollyland, or even equivalents in other brands. So all in all, you tell me. I mean, what's this audio quality sound like now that we're in more of a studio space with the noise cancellation off? Let me know. Is this something that you'd pick up? Drop in the comments, what are your honest thoughts on the audio that you are hearing? And is the fifine M9 maybe something that you're considering for the future? I'll drop a link to purchase it in the comments below. It's not an affiliate link, so you don't have to worry about me being biased. But I think, honestly, if you're looking for a budget wireless microphone that just kind of gets the job done for a pretty small price tag, the fifine M9 might be for you, especially if you're just starting out. My name is Matt. Thanks for joining on this journey. If you wouldn't mind dropping a sub, the community's growing and I'm having a good time. So I'd love for you to join us and, come spend time in the studio or doing whatever we want. That's all for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.